Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Now, I'm sorry there was such a delay with the third part of this video series, but I just have been able to find the time yet to do it, but today I did. And I just recorded an hour of me building and talking about the app, but unfortunately my mic wasn't working properly, so it was a complete waste of time. But the good part is that the app is finished now, at least the minimum viable product of it, version of it, or the MVP. The bad news is that you didn't see me build it, and in my frustration I also deleted the file, so you won't be able to. But I'm going to show you how it looks. I'm going to explain the logic and explain how I built it and how you can too using Bubble. And this is the login view, and I also changed the name from SaaS Checker to ToolStack because it's basically a stack of your tools, both the tools you have and the tools you want to have. And these illustrations here to the right I took from an open source library called drawkit.io. I highly recommend it. Now let's go inside the app. So this is our dashboard, and this is what it looks like. So this is ToolStack here. We have a floating menu on the left, and ooh, what's that? That is a secret button, and we'll get back to that later. But this is the look, and as you can see, and if you reference from the first and the second video parts, you can see that I again changed the look and feel of it. And I just like this nice look, not fancy at all, just basically no shadows, just a bluish background and whitish shapes, and I think it works for the eyes, you know. So here we have a list of SaaSes. So here I can add any SaaS with the appropriate information, choose billing cycle, etc. And the SaaS will be added here, either seen in a list view like so, or in a card view like so. And here is the binary choice if the SaaS is activated or not. So for example, I have Bubble. If I don't have Bubble anymore, boom. All right. And of course you can see that the total spend here, monthly here, yearly here, shows in a pie chart here, and we have top 5 by spend as a percentage point of the total monthly or yearly spend. It doesn't matter, right? So this is all dynamic. I also added a importance point here. So if you want to prioritize your spending, for example, if you have set a rule for yourself that if it's from a scale to 1 to 10, if it's 7 or below, maybe it's a candidate for cost cutting, right? Something like that. I don't need that functionality personally. I just want a simple overview like this, but I added it just for so you know, for you to get some ideas of how creative you can get with these type of things. The billing cycle here is empty because when I added these tools, I hadn't connected the this field appropriately, but I have now, so no worries. And we can also see that by trying out the form. It costs 200 or 120 monthly. Very expensive, but it's marketing, you know, so it's worth it. And as you can see, it adds the cost here. And then we have the wish list. And the wish list is SaaSes that I don't have, but I want to have, and I want to get a picture of how the cost base would change if my wish list were to come true. So I added some tools here that I like, and that if I don't use them already, I want to use them, right? So it's the same here, billing cycle, etc. The same form, but it adds a different list. It adds to the user's wish list. So we can see if we go to the data tab, we can see that we have categories, just some categories. We have SaaS, which is the SaaS thing, and we have the user. And the user has a list of SaaSes and a list of SaaSes, which is the wish list. So depending on depending on what view here, it adds to the one list or the other. And here we can see that this is also dynamic. So our wish list will increase our monthly SaaS spend by 30% to a new total of $241, and that should be dollars, but I don't necessarily need to add it right now. And this too can be seen in card view or list view. And that's basically it. I think it looks good. I think it's perfect for what I wanted. So now from time to time I go here and I'll add all the SaaS tools that I use to get a clear picture of the cost and how the cost might change and how the spending is structured, and the wish list and how that would affect my current SaaS spending. And of course we can do a bunch of stuff if we wanted to. I could have I mean, it's infinite possibilities, right? But I just want to keep it lean and mean. Maybe I could add a pie chart with the spend by category, but for me, this is enough. If you want to have this template, let's say, and continue building on it, just comment on this video, and if enough people comment, maybe I put it up as a free template in the Bubble marketplace that you can just use and build with. So a quick comment on how this is done. So basically all the calculations here are done with the expression plugin. It's not a plugin, it's a part of a plugin called Toolboxes, and we have expression, so dynamic expressions. So for example, here is an expression, search for users SaaS, all the SaaS, filtered by active. So that's the binary choice here, right? So when it's not active, it's not part of that search, so it won't show up. And then cost and the sum of costs. So that's basically how it works. And then inside here, it's a text element referencing a certain expression or value of an expression calculation, like so, and formatted in a certain way, in our case as dollars, right? And with a comma as 1,000 separator. And that's pretty much it. I think it's I mean, I like it. It's lean, it's mean, and it's good for the eyes. I mean, it looks okay. And yeah, that's basically it. I'm going to continue to add my own tools here and build my wish list. I have a lot, and just see where it gets me. And of course, there are similar tools like this, but so if you Google around, you'll probably find some. But I just wanted a very, very simple, minimalistic version, and for me, this is perfect. And now, before we go, I'm going to talk about the secret button, because we're about to do some more projects, and we're about to film ourselves building projects, and the process behind us building MVPs, etc. Just some fun stuff, and we are going to convert a lot of those builds to tutorials where you can learn NoCode tools like Bubble and other tips and tricks for doing just cool stuff, you know. So if you're interested in that, and if you like these kind of things, and if you like to build stuff and create stuff, I urge you to go to avalanlabs.co/academy and sign up for the waitlist to our tutorial series. That's going to be really, really cool, and we're gonna have some fun, I think. So if you like this kind of stuff, just go there and sign up. And if not, just continue subscribing to this channel, and you can see videos like this. So yeah, that's it pretty much for the ToolStack, and I'll link some stuff in the description as well. And otherwise, just go here to the ToolStack, create your account, and have fun with it. And if you think of a good feature we can add, just let me know in the comments, and maybe I'll add it. Until then, take care. And also, of course, hit the bell and subscribe if you haven't. All right, ciao.